Hello and welcome to our special broadcast T20 Face-Off. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. India look to tighten their grip on the T20 series as they face New Zealand in the second match in Raipur. Fresh off a commanding win in Nagpur, the men in blue arrive with confidence, depth and momentum firmly on their side. For New Zealand, this game is about response and survival in a five-match contest that is quickly slipping away. With conditions, combinations and key matchups in focus, this is where the series could begin to take shape. Stay with us as we break down what to watch in this crucial T20I. Let's get it started. India will look to extend their series lead when they take on New Zealand in the second T20I in Raipur today. Let's take a look at this report and then we'll start the discussion.
Led by Suryakumar Yadav, the men in blue arrive high on confidence after a dominant 48-run win in Nagpur. Despite losing the toss, India posted a massive 238, fueled by Abhishek Sharma's explosive 84. While India's batting remains red-hot, the only fitness concern is vice-captain Akshar Patel, who sustained a finger injury in the opener. Though expected to be available, he may be rested as a precaution. New Zealand faces a monumental task against a side that has won 10 consecutive T20 international series, including the World Cup and Asia Cup. For Kiwis, Glenn Phillips remains the primary X-factor following his defined 78. To spark a revival, the visitors may promote Daryl Mitchell up the order, potentially dropping the out-of-form Devon Conway after his recent duck. Raipur's Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Stadium, third largest stadium in India, hosts just its second men's T20 international tonight. History favours the host here. In the venue's 2023 debut, India defended 174 to defeat Australia by 20 runs. Interestingly, this ground witnessed a high-scoring thriller just weeks ago in December 2025, when India posted a mammoth total of 358 in ODI against South Africa. Leg spinners like Varun Chakravarthy and Ish Sodhi could prove decisive under the light. As the team to beat, India looks to perfect their combinations while the Black Caps fight to keep the five-match series alive. Shobit Chandola's report for DD India.
Absolutely. From Nagpur, the focus has shifted to Raipur. What will be India's playing 11? Let's take a look at the likely playing 11 for the Indian team. Abhishek Sharma will open the innings with Sanju Samson, and a batting heavy Team India is Ishan Kishan, who couldn't fire in the last game. He is expected to come again at number 3. Rinku Singh was exceptionally well in the last game. Also, he is likely to retain the place for the World Cup. Also, we'll have a discussion on that. Suryakumar Yadav, Indian captain, will come at number 4, and all-rounders Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dubey, and one change might be forced change. It can be Kuldeep Yadav in place of Akshar Patel. We saw in the last game that Akshar Patel got injured. He couldn't even complete his quota of 4 overs. So one forced change we might see. But again, Jasprit Bumrah, Arshdeep Singh, they continue to do well, and also Varun Chakravarthy, who has been doing exceptionally well in this format. Let's take a look at the probable 11 for New Zealand. Also, we also might see a few changes in the playing 11 for New Zealand. Rachin Ravindra might move. He might move up the order. Mark Chapman, he did well. He had a good partnership while chasing a mammoth total of the Indian team. James Neesham might also come in place of Devon Conway, who has been opening the innings, who has been a vital cog in New Zealand's wheel, but he is not in form. And Kyle Jamieson might also make way for Matt Henry, but it will be interesting to see what playing 11 New Zealand feels here, because they're already 1-0 down in the 5-match series. All right, to talk more on this, we are joined by senior sports journalist Malay Neerav. Hello, sir. Appreciate you giving us your precious time. And you're also joined by DD India's Tapus Bhattacharya. Malay, first of all, focus has now shifted to Raipur. Now, India looked ruthless in Nagpur. But how much of that was execution and how much was New Zealand being of their game? Because it never looked like that New Zealand were in the game throughout in the first match.
Well, of course, New Zealand was nowhere in the game, but let's not forget that it was more of a practice game for them before
Led
the
by Suryakumar Yadav, the men in blue arrive high on confidence after a dominant 48-run win in Nagpur.
All right, sir,
Despite
please go on.
losing the toss, India posted a massive 238, fueled by Abhishek Sharma's explosive 84. While India's batting remains red hot.
All right, Malay, you can continue. I mean, there was some technical issue, but yes, a big game today, and we were talking about New Zealand. There were no match for the Indian team in the first game.
Yeah, what I was telling you was that Santana was also experimenting because it is the series before the T20 World Cup, and there was a lot of criticism for him to have given the last over to a bowler who gave away more than 20 runs, and then again to Glenn Phillips, one over to him. But all said and done, Indian team looked more balanced and in command. And don't forget that in the last 10 T20 series, India hasn't lost even one. Yeah. Now, sometimes the law of averages in cricket doesn't work because you know that India lost their Test series and ODI series both at home, and that was a very major loss. But they came back so strongly, and the way they are playing, I don't think that there is any cause of any concern. But so far as New Zealand is concerned, I'm sure that they will try their best to do everything possible under the sun to make sure that they have a very good experience in this one, in the current match, because Bracewell, is coming out of a calf muscle injury, and he's likely to play in this match if he's fit enough, and then they might bring Matt Henry in place of Jamieson. Yeah. So there are a couple of changes that they may go for. But if you ask me, Indian team looks stronger, both on paper. The way the Indian batters and bowlers both have bowled, I think there's no cause of any concern. And the only thing that I'm a little scared of is overconfidence. India should not be taking it lightly because New Zealanders, they have the kind of resilience which many people don't have. They know how to get back into the team, and they are the ones who are not psychologically disturbed or perturbed as much as some of the other teams of the world. So India will have to take each game as seriously as it can, and it is one of the most crucial kind of a series before the 2020 World Cup. And India has got a chance to try almost all the good players, and you've seen them playing very well. And it's a team full of all-rounders, and with depth, batting depth, which is rarely found. So I am quite hopeful, and I don't see any reason for any kind of doubt over Indian performance. The only thing is that complacency of any kind must be avoided. Overconfidence is the biggest killer.
Tapas is also with us. Tapas, India are 1-0 up in the series, and they have a strong batting lineup in this format. Tell us about the pitch in Raipur. Another run fest expected?
We do expect that. In fact, it's been a while that an international match was played. The last international match was probably played here 2023. Yeah. So it's been a while. We expect the pitch to be a batting-friendly paradise again. We expect good stroke making here, and we saw the way Indian team went about their job. If we put Tilak Verma, in place of Ishan Kishan, if you replace that, this team looks like the team to beat in the T20. Remember that this is the last tournament before the T20 World Cup kicks in. So for Indian team, this is going to be a critical. A critical match, a critical series. They want to iron out all the deficiencies that things that they need to work on. And there are a couple of things that we need to take into consideration. The first was definitely the outfielding, the catching that they need to work on. The second, you need to understand that if you lose too many wickets that we saw later on, and you have to give credit to Rinku Singh, the way he went about his business. you might just get into trouble. So one has to see if you lose too many wickets in the 15 overs, you might not be able to get a high score. That we almost was true in the first T20. But again, we have to give credit to Rinku Singh, the way he played. It was a blinder of an innings.
Tapas, stay with us. We'll come back to you. But Malay spinner Akshar Patel was forced to go off the field after Darrell Mitchell shot him straight on the hand. Given the short recovery time, it is possible that Akshar will not be playing today. Kuldeep Yadav, a likely replacement?
Yes, undoubtedly. If Akshar is not able to recover from the injury that he suffered, then I'm sure that Kuldeep Yadav will get a chance. And I don't think that Akshar's injury is of much concern. I was talking to one or two people who are in touch with them, and they were saying that, no, he should be back very soon in action. So another chance for Kuldeep Yadav to do well and to show his skills and to try his luck with the New Zealanders before the World Cup. Because you know that he has got that killer instinct which unnerves many many batters of the world. And we have seen that happening in the series against different countries, very strong teams. They don't know how to decipher the bowling of Kuldeep. So that's one good thing to happen if he comes in. Well, he'll have some practice, but of course, Akshar Patel was a more established kind of an all-rounder, a bowler all-rounder who always contributed with his bat and made very fast runs. But don't forget that now we have Rinku Singh as a finisher. So a lot depends on how he finishes and he does his bit. But I'm sure that, look, you see, even after losing the toss and having to bat first, I think they looked so confident, such great class that was shown there, and the kind of start that Abhishek has been giving. I think that any team of the world will be thinking twice before taking it easy. You know, in fact, India are the most formidable opponents that one can ever think of as of today in 2020 cricket or any team of the world.
Yes. Hitting right from the word go, Malay, like you said. Tapas, Malay also mentioned about Abhishek Sharma, the kind of start that he has been giving to the Indian team. But nobody from a full member team has hit more T20I sixes than Abhishek Sharma since the last World Cup, 81 to be precise. Sahibzada Farhan is a distant second with 47. And also in bowling, Tapas, Varun Chakravarthy leads the wickets chart with 55, followed by Jacob Duffy at 44. Key players certainly for India in this format, Abhishek Sharma and Varun Chakravarthy in bowling.
Absolutely. But first, let me say sorry to our, all the people out there, because it was raining and I had to get inside the car. So let me start with the fact that you talk about Indian team. The reason why Indian team is doing well is because most of the players are either two-dimensional or three-dimensional. That is, they are either doing batting, fielding, or batting, bowling, or for that matter, batting and wicket-keeping. So the two-dimensional, three-dimensional aspect is there. The only exception probably is the way Abhishek Sharma as well as Varun Chakravarthy plays in this particular team. Both have their own value. They come with their stupendous batting. We saw both Abhishek Sharma has been an absolute, fantastic form, in not just in this series, but in the last year or so. We saw he has been, making the opposition cry more often than not. He has actually gone past his teacher Yuvraj Singh in terms of six hitting spree. Scored has become the highest scorer of sixers in that particular in a very short time period. So if we take a close look at the statistics, we saw Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli both at higher numbers, but they have played almost 400 plus T20 international. Here is a guy who has come in and probably played not more than 100 odd T20 international has scored more number of sixers and actually gone past Yuvraj Singh, his own teacher. So has been an absolutely fantastic innings that we have been seeing from him. Same with Varun Chakravarthy. It's a story that we need to understand. Varun Chakravarthy almost left cricket at the age of 25, 26, and then come back in the manner that probably has taken the world by storm. And in fact, we saw the way he bowls, the way he plays with the mental aspect, the psychological aspect of a batsman. He plays on that, and that's something that we saw the major reason why he has been such a major success in this particular format of the game. These two people, we believe, will be crucial for India.
Yeah.
We also saw how Rinku Singh played. You mentioned both these players. That's why I'm explaining. But we also believe that Rinku Singh's innings and Rinku Singh's value in this particular team is something that we need to understand more. And the team management needs to give him more chances before the T20 World Cup. Because here is a guy who can come, he can tonk the ball at the fag end of the innings. And at the same time, he is known to be a fantastic chase master. So if the going gets tough, you might find Rinku Singh the man to be there in the middle if you want to make a match of a particular inning. So we have Abhishek Sharma at the top, and we believe that if Tilak Verma is fit, he can replace Ishan Kishan, and then you have a team which hasn't lost a single in T20 series in the last 10 T20 international series. So huge moment for India. They go into the T20 World Cup as a crowd favorite.
But Malay, India captain Suryakumar Yadav, in fact, briefly spoke about the balance at the post-match presentation after the first game, hinting that this could be a combination India might persist with at the World Cup. Looks balanced, but like Tapas also said, where will you play Tilak Verma, who is likely to come back at the end of the series, and then, of course, the World Cup?
Well, you see, there is indeed a problem of plenty in this team. And there is a problem of plenty, and there is a very strong bench strength. We are all talking about and discussing, and we are perhaps right in discussing and speculating that Kuldeep Yadav, for example, may replace Akshar if he is not playing today. But at the same time, let me also tell you, I will not be surprised if you see Harshit Rana there in place of Akshar Patel. If they decide to go not with Kuldeep, a pure spinner, and then have Harshit Rana there, you never know. That could very well be the case. So India has players who can give you multiple combinations. But what makes the Indian team more balanced than anything else is that they have plenty of all-rounders. And in a shorter format, shorter 20 over or 50 over cricket format, as you know, all-rounders can play a very major role. They have been playing major roles ever since 1983. Imagine the team that won the first World Cup for India, right? Look at the number of all-rounders who are there. So who knew that Mohinder Amarnath will be one of the biggest wicket takers, And there were all kinds of people there. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we have seen in the last 30, 40, 50 years, ever since the pajama cricket came, that in the shorter format, all-rounders have played a very crucial role, very, very crucial role. And if you have an all-rounder who can deliver both in terms of bat and ball, then a full-time bowler, the numbers might get just limited. And therefore, I was saying that I'll not be surprised if you see Harshit Rana there in place of Akshar if he's not playing, right?
Yeah. Tapas, do you also agree with Malay? Harshit Rana maybe in place of Akshar, because if we are discussing what might be the World Cup lineup, 2 spinners, 2 pacers, and 1 fast bowling all-rounder would mean. I will talk about Rinku Singh, but again, do you agree with Malay? Harshit in place of Akshar?
well, we have to go. So you have to see the pitch first. Horses for courses. If the pitch suits spinners, I don't see any reason why
Yeah.
Akshar Patel can't play in the playing 11. As the same way, if there is a movement of the pitch, you would like to have someone like Harshit Rana who looks nippy, who looks it doesn't look like he's very pacey, but off the pitch he's quite nippy. And if the pitch is if there's a seam condition and the pitch is suiting a fast bowling, then he might be quite handy. And you have to understand that we have Hardik Pandya also. So you have Hardik Pandya, then you have Harshit Rana. Both will be competing for that one particular slot. And if it's suiting the pacers, then why not? You can have them. But again, it's important to see the pitch. It is important to read the pitch, understand the condition. You are playing in India. Most of the time, you will have slow and low pitches, which might as a spinner. So it's always good to have somebody like Akshar Patel who you can actually use as a floater in the batting order. So he can come up at a first down, second down, and can give you a quick fire 30, 40 odd runs, and probably can come at the fag end at the same time and can give you that major boost that you require in that particular run chase or in the scoring in the first inning. So it depends how the pitch condition happens in that particular match.
All right, Tapas. But yes, let's shift our focus back again to the second T20I that will be played today in Raipur. Malay, what's one key battle you will be watching closely in this second game?
Well, I think that they would be doing everything possible under the sun to make sure that Abhishek doesn't stay there for long. And there are talks, and I have heard from people who are there in Raipur that you may just see Bracewell coming there. You may also see Sodhi getting dropped and Matt Henry being brought in place of Sodhi. So the idea would be to just get rid of Abhishek as soon as possible. And that is one major battle between the bat and the ball, which will decide a lot. Though the Indian team has a depth which is comparable to any other team that has ever existed in the 2020 format. The batting depth is there. However, Abhishek gives you a psychological advantage of lots of runs. He often reminds me of Sehwag and Jayasuriya. When they were playing, they used to provide a solid foundation. And this solid foundation, the platform which they built, was something which made the other team nervous. That is where it will be very important for them to stop this storm called Abhishek.
Tapas, very quickly, key matches for you today.
Well, for me, Sanju Samson needs to click. He needs to stop that back and across movement that he is doing. If you see his earlier matches, he used to be very steady when the ball is delivered, and he used to play the ball on its merit. But this particular back and across, and then again going back, that kind of a double movement that he does, that's something that is costing him his wicket. So I want that to stop. I want Sanju Samson to come good, because if that happens, you will have a team which can beat any team in the world on that particular day. So, yeah, Sanju Samson for me.
Yes, an intriguing game is on the cards. The match will start at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. India are already 1-0 up in the series. We'll leave it at that. Thank you, Tapas, and thank you, Malay, for your insights.
Thank you.
That's all we have in our special broadcast T20 Face-Off. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.